guys, it's Marine here. In a little bit of a double dose of Type 64 action. I had a back-to-back mastery badge in this thing last Friday, and I want to bring those games to you. So as you can see, my first battle, it is Mountain Pass, and I'm on the north spawn. Now during countdown, I told my team that I would be going to the bush over at the E3 F4 location to get lights. Now here I'm kind of hoping that this 2801 does not go to that bush location, otherwise I will not get the lights that I'm hoping to get here. And as you can see, he dove down, so I'm just going to get lights. This is a tier 9 battle, so I really want to be cautious with my health. Here I figure the chaff will be popping up top. And I don't want to fire here because I don't want to give away my location. With me spotting, my team will have a slight advantage with everything, but I now have realized that everyone that was behind me has moved on. There is no one else here, and so more or less I'm just kind of worthless. So what I'm going to try to do is get completely stealth here and just get a couple shots on this tiger. Really not high percent chance of penning, but whatever. And here the Chaffee is blind firing that bush. And I'm still just going to play this pretty passive. So I'm going to back up until the bushes are opaque. I'm going to try to get side shots on this E1. And so here I decide at this point I could probably bait the Tiger 2 down towards me. I know that he is a poor player, and so if I can bait him, I feel pretty confident in my abilities to make him miss and farm some damage. As well, I have the ISU backing me up, and the E1 over on the enemy team looks like he's occupied.
Ready to fire. We didn't even scratch them.
So he just now notices me, and he misses.
We didn't penetrate their armor. That one didn't go through.
A little bad luck with their RNG here,
The turret ring is damaged. We can barely turn it.
but
Where'd they go?
I made sure that I didn't block the ISU
Our
shot.
main gun is damaged. It's working, but not very well.
So right here I made it look like I was going to move down before I decided to move back up. Now I can see that the Roomba over here looks like he's going to be watching their back, and so I need to be mindful of that, and I also need to be mindful of this T-54A1. And so at this point I'm just going to wait for the ISU to come up here and help while I continue to play passive. Now here I see that the Roomba has backed off, and so I'm going to push forward. So here I make a little bit of an aggressive move, trying to get out in front of this Roomba, and I make it. Now I can see that there's a tiger behind me, but from what it looks like, he is actually AFK. And so I'm going to go let this ISU deal with the Roomba, which he manages to kill, and I'm going to go take out this tiger. Now I probably should have ignored him, but I got jealous, or a little damage greedy. Now here, I want to make sure that I don't get spotted. But you're going to see one of my biggest frustrations with this gun is I can't pen a Tiger frontally. Even with this 76 millimeter. And so I decided to just start shooting at his cupola. Now I could have just left him be here, but I wasn't too sure if anyone else was going to be spotting for him, or if he'd be spotting for another tank. And so at this point, I probably should have just ignored him, left him, but I was greedy and I decided farm damage. This is not the right move. This isn't winning the game for my team. This is just farming damage. And so I definitely don't recommend that you make that move there, especially if you can tell that they are AFK and there's no one else there with them. And so moving up here is what I should have done as soon as I realized that the Tiger was AFK and that all the rest of the enemy tanks were spotted down here. So now I'm just going to use the terrain to get flank shots on these guys.
Penetration. They're knocked out.
But maybe if I'd have pushed up sooner, these guys would have died a lot quicker. My team may have won a little bit sooner as well.
Enemy armor is breached. Penetration. We didn't even scratch them.
I don't have much hope of penetrating the T-54-01 here.
That one didn't go through. We didn't even scratch
But
them.
just going to experiment right now.
Enemy armor is
And found a spot with AP.
We didn't penetrate their armor. Penetration.
Anyway, that wasn't that thrilling of a battle. But it was a mastery badge. I finished with a base experience of 1,290, and that was because a lot of the tanks that I damaged were tier 9 or 8 variety tanks, with the exception of the Tiger 1. And so in the end, I only fired one round of Prem, and I made 72,000 profit off this battle. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the next one. It's a little bit more exciting of a battle. Hey guys, it's Marine here, and this is my second mastery in the Type 64. Now the map is Mount Ofka, which is a scout stream, and I can see that we have a 77% chance to win, with their far best player being in a T-34. And so I decided to make a very aggressive move here, and I'm going to get some very early lights for my team. I have a pretty good camo crew in this thing, and so I'm going to make an aggressive push to get to the bush at E4, F5. My only concern is the enemy T-21. He's an exceptionally okay player, I guess, and so I need to be mindful of the potential that he has for getting up here in this location, but as you can see, he doesn't. And so I'm just going to speed up the battle a little bit. I don't move for quite some time, and so you're just going to start seeing a lot of these tanks just melt away. Now this is a tier 8 battle. I am in the Type 64 again. I have coated optics on this crew, plus the abilities for extending that view range even further with this tank. So as you can see here, I'm just swinging around, lighting out targets as I can spot them. Now come to find out later, their T-21 was over in the bushes, I believe at G1, G2. If he had gone up a little bit further, right into that area, he would have gotten a lot more lights on our team. And as you can see right now, we are a 3-2 up on this team, but right now we have about 3,000 HP advantage. And so I'm worried about these guys coming up over here to this flank. And so I pull forward to ensure that my flank is now covered by the bushes right here. But as you can see, still just continuing light targets, even lighting artillery. And here we really start to just blow things up. We have almost a 5,000 HP advantage, even though we're only up by 2 tanks. And so I get spotted here, and so I push forward and I try to make it safe. And so here now is where I get a little bit more aggressive with my spotting and where I go. And apparently I was still lit. So now I'm just going to try to be a little bit more active with my spotting. We have a big time HP advantage and as well as a tank advantage. Now the guys on my team should have started pushing up the Lake Road a lot sooner than what they did. And as you can see, there is the T-21.
Penetration.
Maybe if the T-21 would have been actually a little bit closer towards my end, it would have made a difference for this team, but honestly, this is just one where skill trumped everything else that he could have possibly done as a scout. Now, if you'd have come over here, taken me out, been able to back down and come back up to these bushes, he may have made a difference. I know that I have made a difference there when I believe we had a 25% chance to win when I was in a T-21 once, but because of my scouting, I believe I picked up 10,000 there. We were able to win. But as you can see here, now I'm just getting a little bit of damage in, lighting these tanks over here. And just continue to blind fire these guys' last known location.
Ricochet. Penetration.
So these guys melted pretty quick.
We didn't even scratch them. We didn't
Sorry for the
penetrate
static,
their
I have
armor.
no idea what's causing that right now. It may just be an error within the replay. But as you can see, we only lost 2 tanks that entire time. This was just an absolute stomp. So, as you can see, I picked up the Patrol Duty and Scout medal. And even though I only did 677 damage, I had 7,999 spotting damage assistance. And I spotted 13 of their 15 tanks. And in the end, I finished with a profit of 106,000 credits. This is a great example of passive scouting. In the previous battle, I showed you a little bit of the active that this tank can handle. And here's some passive. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed these master badges. See you next time.